Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the edge of a dense forest, lived two curious children named Lily and Thomas. The villagers always warned them never to venture into the woods, for they were said to be haunted by the whispers of long-forgotten secrets. But like any adventurous children, Lily and Thomas were drawn to the mysteries that lay beyond. One foggy morning, as the first rays of sunlight filtered through the trees, Lily and Thomas decided to explore the forbidden forest. Armed with a sense of excitement and their dog, Charlie, they set off on their daring journey. The forest seemed quiet, too quiet for a place that was rumored to be full of whispers. As they ventured deeper, the air grew colder, and the trees seemed to close in on them. They stumbled upon a clearing where a dilapidated mansion stood, covered in vines and shadows. Its windows were shattered, and the wind whistled eerily through the cracks. The children exchanged nervous glances, but couldn't resist the pull of curiosity. With hesitant steps, they entered the mansion. The interior was just as decrepit as the outside, with cobwebs hanging from the ceiling and dust covering every surface. A grand staircase led to the upper floors, where strange creaking sounds echoed. As they climbed the stairs, their footsteps seemed to blend with another set of faint footsteps, like an echo from the past. At the top of the stairs, they found a room that was slightly less dilapidated than the others. In the center of the room was an old, ornate mirror. The mirror's surface was dark and foreboding, but its golden frame held an intricate design that seemed to beckon them closer. Lily and Thomas couldn't resist the temptation to look into it. As they peered into the mirror, their reflections seemed to blur and merge with shadowy figures behind them. Whispers began to fill the room, barely audible at first, but growing louder with every passing second. The whispers were like a symphony of secrets, stories of heartache and lost dreams that had been trapped within the mansion's walls for ages. Lily and Thomas tried to step away, but an invisible force held them in place. The whispers grew more intense, carrying the weight of sorrow and regret. Suddenly, the room started to change. The walls seemed to breathe, and the shadows danced to an eerie rhythm. The children were now trapped in a nightmare they couldn't escape. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, Charlie, their faithful dog, began to bark and howl, breaking the spell. His determined barks echoed through the room, drowning out the whispers. The mirror's hold weakened, and Lily and Thomas managed to tear themselves away from its gaze. They ran out of the mansion, with Charlie leading the way. As they emerged from the forest, the whispers faded into the distance. The once curious children had learned a valuable lesson about the consequences of their curiosity. The villagers, seeing their ashen faces, realized that they had indeed encountered the haunted whispers of the woods. Years passed, and the mansion remained abandoned, its secrets buried within its walls. Lily and Thomas grew into cautious adults, always remembering the day they had faced the darkness. And every now and then, when they passed by the edge of the whispering woods, they would hear the faint echo of a whisper, a reminder of the horrors they had narrowly escaped. And so, dear children, remember the tale of Lily and Thomas, and let their experience be a cautionary tale. For the woods may whisper tempting secrets, but the price of uncovering them might be more than you're willing to pay.
If you liked this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe our channel as well as press the bell icon.